Whether it was the therapies, whether it was the food, whether it was just this environment, I feel so refreshed and so re-energized. Hi everyone and welcome to SugarSpiceNice. My name is Shweta and in this video I am in Coimbatore. I just landed at the airport and drove for about 45 minutes and I reached here. Overlooking the hills of the Western Ghats is this place called the Healing Hills, a naturopathy and wellness center. So I decided to come here and actually spend 3 nights to experience the therapies. So I'm not going to say anything more to you guys. I'm straight going to show you what my day here looked like. Good morning you guys. The day here has begun at 5:45 a.m. and the first thing that you have to do is, after brushing your teeth and stuff, come up on the terrace and go for Jal Neti. Here you have the neti pot. In this they are filling it with water which is slightly saline and you're supposed to put it up through one nostril and remove it from the mouth. Sounds simple but it is a little bit difficult to do. There are people who practice it every day and for them it happens seamlessly. This is supposed to cleanse the respiratory tract. Along with Jal Neti there's also an eye wash. So in these tiny eye cups they'll put a mixture of Triphala water and you're supposed to put your eye inside, blink and try and wash as much as possible. Of course, it takes a lot of practice to get used to it because Triphala can sometimes irritate the eyes slightly, like causes a little burning sensation. But the end result is really good. Fresh feeling and fresh looking eyes. And according to them, if you're cleansing the eyes, then you're able to get a fresh start on all other sensory organs as well. Once it's done, they actually recommend gazing at the sky. I've heard that gazing at the morning sun is supposed to be beneficial. So let's go do that. From about 6 to 7 a.m. they actually have a guided yoga session, and when the weather is good and pleasant, it happens on the terrace like it's happening today. She focused on a mix of asanas which give a good stretch to the body, as well as she taught me how to retain a few postures. And doing this in the morning with like the sound of birds all around, fresh air, it's just a very different and a very good feeling. Inside the campus itself, they have this little temple. It's a very small, cute little temple for Ganeshji. Now I'm actually just going to be walking across the green lawns. I have some time until my breakfast, so in the meantime, I'm going to do an activity which I really enjoy. This behind me is their restaurant area, which is where they have all of their meals. You have to actually take off your shoes here and then go inside. For breakfast today, we have ragi upma. The upma actually has little bits of carrot and some French beans. And in the tempering, there's urad dal, curry leaves, mustard seeds. And that, along with this coconut chutney, is actually feeling really good. I think sometimes guests here do get a bowl of fruit for breakfast as well. But today I just have this. Now before coming here, I was told that there's no concept of tea or coffee here. That's because they don't serve milk. They have herbal teas every day. So today there's actually a decoction of ginger and clove. The minute I got the cup closer to me, I could get that aroma. Because this is served without any sugar or honey as well. Now it's time for moving on with the day, and the next step, actually the most important step here, is to go for a consult. Now this is a consult with your resident physiotherapist. They decide your line of treatment basis. This that you're seeing here is the weight machine. This machine calculates not just the weight but also the BMI, the fat percentage, visceral fat percentage and various other factors, and this is the data that they use along with your other medical history to decide the line of treatment that you need. Especially if you've come for something like weight loss, then this becomes extremely critical to decide your line of action, what kind of workouts you need, what kind of diet you need. And even if you've come for pain management, then the results of this test become important to decide if a particular part of the body is susceptible to that kind of pressure and pain. I do have this consult every single day, and I also have about 60 minutes of workout every day. So this is one of my favorite things here, is the rotation wheel, and it's amazing for the shoulder. It actually feels good in the first go itself. day you get some juice as part of your daily diet. Now that differs from patient to patient. This is a lemon and mint cooler. This is like in between breakfast and your main lunch. It's a good way to satiate yourself without getting overly full. This actually is the reception area. I've just taken the liberty to sit down here and enjoy my juice. The sound of flowing water is always very calming. Diet plays such an important role in a naturopathy treatment. Whether you're here for a short stay or a full 21-day program, meals are made specifically for your current health condition and goal. So they do have a kitchen that takes care of all of their guests' dietary requirements, and they actually gave me a tour as well. What I saw around was lots of vegetables, fruits, grains, millets, spices, basically all the good stuff. And thankfully it's lunchtime because I am getting hungry seeing all of this. This is my lunch for today. We have millet pongal with some veggies, there's carrot and peas, and it's also got a tempering of cumin, curry leaf and a few other things. And on the side we have a chutney, it's made of mint, and a cabbage sabzi, and I think it's cabbage thoran because I can see the coconut as well. This looks simple and yet it's quite flavorful, just the kind of meal one needs when one is trying to eat mindfully. Overall, their dining area is very calming too. No loud colors, fresh air coming through, and it gets so much daylight, and the cutlery and plates used are brass. I think it's quite a good meal experience here. One of the best ways to rejuvenate is to detoxify the body, and getting the body to sweat is a great way for that to happen. But here, instead of giving me a normal steam therapy, they planned a plantain bath as my first treatment here. What you're seeing here are plantain leaves, the biggest size possible, and this is a special plantain bath room. It's on their terrace, open from the top and covered on all sides. And it's my first time trying it as well. The whole body is wrapped in these leaves with a small opening for the nose to be able to breathe. And this wrap is on for about 30 minutes or so under the sun, and to protect the body from being overly heated, a wet napkin is placed on the forehead. This is the most natural way to sweat profusely, and plantain leaves have their own therapeutic benefits and nutrients that help purify the body as well. I think this is a therapy used for more serious diseases also, but it generally helps with skin infections, weight loss, respiratory disorders, kidney problems, etc. The only requirement for this is to maintain a gap for 2 hours after meals, which I did. Just casually lying down in the direct sun, wrapped in a banana leaf, is something I never thought I'd do, but here we are enjoying nature's bounty. While I was wrapped, I was a bit worried about surviving the sun, so when they began to unwrap, I kind of felt relief. But I wasn't expecting the level of sweating that I saw, and immediately the skin felt smoother as well. After this, lots of water is to be consumed to avoid any kind of dehydration. One can shower after the treatment as well. To soothe my skin, they also gave me a piece of aloe vera so I could rub the pulp on my skin and leave it on. This helps clean out the skin and also controls redness. The next therapy for today is Takradhara. Takradhara means the flow of buttermilk over the head, and this whole pot is just that. It starts with a head massage with Neelabhringadi Tailam, a herbal medicated oil, and this goes on for at least 20 minutes, focusing on every inch of the scalp and ensuring that the hair strands are coated well. After this, lying on the bed, which is specially reserved for treatments like this one, and they tie this cloth or a rope around the forehead to ensure that the flow doesn't exceed it. The eyes are also covered and the buttermilk is poured in the overhead pot. The height and position of the pot are adjusted, and then they open the tap and the flow begins. Takradhara is an Ayurvedic treatment and is used for stress, anxiety, sleep disorders, headaches and more, but immediately one can feel a sense of calmness. That's because the flow is very gentle and maneuvered perfectly over the entire forehead to produce a relaxing effect. And the smell of buttermilk does take getting used to, but once that happens, you can be rest assured of super soft and voluminous hair. This lasts for about 30 to 40 minutes. The buttermilk once poured is reused a number of times. Basically, the bed has a way to collect the liquid. Finally, they use water to rinse out the excess buttermilk from the hair. They also use Rasnadi Churam on the scalp to prevent any cold, and after a few minutes one can go for a head bath to get rid of that buttermilk residue from the hair. I think for me the experience of today's therapies has been so amazing. First of all, the plantain leaf bath. So as a therapy I felt like that was unique and also felt effective from the word go, because I can definitely feel the smoothness in my skin. Takradhara I always get excited about. Not only is it so soothing and so relaxing, but it also nourishes my hair like nothing else. I chill in my room for some time because it is so neat and so cozy. One thing that I really like about this place is that currently they actually offer the same kind of rooms to everybody. So this is what their standard room looks like. There's the bed, and it's a nice large king size bed, so even if you're sharing it with somebody, it's good. And behind me is the desk, and there's also a wardrobe. But let me show you my favorite part of the room. It's their balcony. It's actually a really cute little sit out, and the good thing is that they have mesh windows, so there's like no insects and stuff that can come in, and you can in fact sit here, chill, just relax. I mean, that's what these kind of holidays are for, right? The air feels so fresh over here. From this room at least I can see a bit of the mountains. It's just greenery and more greenery. This is the bathroom, simple, neat. And the most interesting thing that I felt in the bathroom was this kit. And this has all of the essentials. A bamboo tongue cleaner, there's a toothbrush, there's even a bamboo straw along with a cleaning brush for it, and there's a wooden comb, and there's toothpaste. I think it's pretty unique. I don't think I've seen anything like this. Yes, a lot of hotels and resorts now have started using bamboo brushes, but this whole kit is different. Every evening between 4 to 4:30, they actually have snacks for their guests, and it's usually something healthy yet fulfilling. So today they have a sprout and chana salad. This has been tempered with mustard seeds and curry leaves, so it's not feeling like just the boiled version of these, but it's actually quite nice. Along with that, we have fennel tea, which feels amazing for the tummy. I think for me, this really beautiful scenery of Coimbatore and the healing hills is kind of something that I'm looking forward to enjoying over the next 2 days here as well, because just look at the sky. It's so beautiful right now, and the greenery around me is also so pretty. It's not a huge campus, it's a smallish campus, but still it's enough for me to come take a walk whenever I feel like, enjoy the environment, and also breathe some fresh air. It's time to go for evening yoga class. Yoga is done, evening walk has happened, and now it's time to go enjoy dinner. So you must be thinking it's still daylight here and I'm eating dinner. That's right, dinners here happen really early. By approximately 7 or 7:15 p.m. you can actually wrap up the entire day. Dinners are also much lighter here. So what they recommend is dinner before 7 p.m. and then you get some time to wind down, chill, and you actually sleep early, because the next morning again you're starting at 5:45. So let me show you what I'm having for dinner tonight. So this is what dinner is like. We have soup. This is made out of palak or spinach, and it's not got too much inside, just a little bit of garlic, just a hint of flavor. Then we have some raw salad. This is just basic cucumber and carrots. No seasoning, no tempering, nothing. And for main course, we have ragi pasta. Now this pasta is without any gravy. It's tossed with some herbs like oregano, pepper. It's also got veggies, so you can see a lot of bell peppers. And the pasta itself is a lot more of a bite than any regular pasta. Millets do end up feeling slightly heavy, but because they're controlling portions and because we're eating so early, I think it's fine. So that was just one day here and all of the different activities that were included in just a single day. Now today's day also pretty much remains the same. So I'm not sharing the repetitive parts with you, but I'm going to be sharing with you other therapies that I'm doing today. The first therapy of the day is mud pack. This is mud, the purest actual form of mud, and mud is known to have grounding properties, cooling properties, and that's exactly what we are going to be achieving with this treatment. So this is a treatment that's actually done on the eyes, on the stomach as well, and sometimes even on the feet, and this is known to pull out heat from the body and also calm the nerves. So what I'm doing today is an eye pack made out of this. For me, my eyes I think are probably strained all the time because of my screen time, especially editing all of the content that I do. So what they end up doing is wrapping the mud in this cloth, and then this becomes sort of like a compress or a pack. It's not a warm compress, it's a cold compress, and the mud doesn't end up getting dry because even the cloth in which it's wrapped, it's moist. And then it's time to put this on the eyes. First feeling that it gives is that of coolness. Like I could literally feel that coolness penetrating through the eyes, and if you have tired eyes, then you're going to see results probably almost instantly. And I've always felt that once you soothe your eyes, it's like your whole skin ends up glowing. They also say eyes are the window to the soul. So I think this does bring that little bit of a fresher look to the face as well. This therapy ends up lasting about 20 minutes to 30 minutes. I was scared actually about the mud coming on my skin or something, but nothing like that happened. In fact, I came back feeling and even looking so much more energized. The next therapy for the day is a hot stone therapy. First, they actually lined up stones all through my spine to activate the chakras, and this honestly feels really good. And after that comes the massage. They keep alternating the stones. This is actually something called a stone oven, and this is used to heat the stones for this therapy. I also tried the same therapy on the legs. I tell you, these hot stones on tired calves and tired soles of feet, it just feels like you're the most relaxed you can ever be. This therapy is known to alleviate tension, alleviate stress, and also bring much more agility to the body. Especially for somebody with serious muscle conditions, this can be extremely relieving. I also ended up trying a therapy today, which for me has been a first over here. Acupuncture. It's something that I always wanted to try, but I don't know why I was a little bit scared. Acupuncture is basically puncturing or putting a hole in that part of the body that has connection with certain points, and there are different points in the human body, probably over 100, and all of those points can heal different ailments. So since I'm here just for 3 days, she gave me acupuncture for general immunity, and this is only administered by a doctor here. And I was actually scared about the level of pain, but it's honestly just a tiny little prick. It doesn't hurt at all. The doctor will make you breathe. Once you inhale, the needle will prick and you're not even going to feel a thing. The doctor claims that even 10 minutes of this session can help alleviate any kind of pain in the body. For me, since this was my first ever acupuncture session, I didn't feel like a stark before and after, but I definitely think that this session has opened me and made me comfortable enough to know more or try more of acupuncture therapies. And let me know if you guys have any kind of experience with acupuncture. What ailments did you have and what did it help you with? Leave that in the comments. Those were all the therapies that I tried today. I'll show you one part of the property which I really love. This is their terrace, and the view from here, it just feels like you're in a hill station. You can hear peacocks in the background, and till as much as you can see, it's just greenery. Foot reflexology is very different from a traditional foot massage. The therapy starts by covering the eyes with a towel, just ensuring the person is actually relaxing, and then they sanitize the feet and clean them and begin the foot reflexology. At first, it's a dry massage without any oil or cream, and this focuses on opening up the stiffness by stretching the muscles. The strokes are also very different, especially around the ankle. It feels very relaxing, and on the soles of the feet, I can't even tell you how good it feels. In the second step, they use some oil and continue the massage, and this feels much smoother on the skin, and by now the foot is kind of used to the pressure as well. So this is a high pressure therapy. There are a few meridian points on the feet which correspond with various organs in our body, so it not only relaxes them but also calms the whole body and has therapeutic benefits as well. Kati Basti is an Ayurvedic therapy, and it means to retain herbal oil in the lower back area. For this, they begin by creating a well of sorts, and they use urad dal for this, and they mix it with water, knead it like how we knead a dough, but it's supposed to be a dense dough so that it can be stiff enough to hold the oil. This has to be made to perfection, otherwise it ends up leaking. Once the flour is ready and shaped like a well, they place it on the lower back and seal it off with a little bit more flour and water mixture so that the oil does not leak from the side. Next, a mixture of Dhanavartanam and Narayana Telam is heated. These are Ayurvedic medicinal oils, and then they are poured on the lower back. The temperature is just right, provides the right kind of relaxing feeling. This therapy is known to relieve pain. They use cotton to pour the oil so that it's a gentle flow, but since the oil is heated to the perfect temperature, it also feels very good. Once the well is full, they retain the oil for about 10 minutes or until it cools down, and this feels like the right kind of warmth in an area which is causing you pain. For me, with travel, I do end up getting lower back pain at times, and this actually felt like such a soothing therapy. They repeated this whole procedure 3 times, and I think the total time that it took was about 35 to 40 minutes, and after all the 3 times was done, they wiped off the back and cleaned up the area, and after that, I feel like my pain was as good as non-existent. I've tried Basti before, but very rarely has it had such an immediate effect, but I did feel it this time in my lower back. Now I can only imagine the benefits that this therapy would have when you actually practice it for multiple days in a row. Shiro means head, and Pichu means a swab or a sterile cotton pad dipped in medicated oils. This is my first time experiencing this therapy, so I was pretty excited. Like most hair therapies, this begins with a head massage. Nilbringadi oil is used for the massage, and this is a very different massage again. A lot of pressure on various points throughout the scalp. Feels very different than a champi or a malish. It's more pressure based. After the massage, they braid the hair and use this type of a cotton rope made of cloth to tie around the forehead tightly. Now this is so that the oil does not drip off on the rest of the face. They use their fingers to figure out the marma point on the head. Marma point is a point on the scalp which, when pressed, helps relieve tension, is good for hair growth, and has various other benefits as well. They place this cotton pad on top of the marma point. As you can see, the pad has a hole in the center which is perfectly aligned with the point so that the oil can be poured in a gentle stream. It slowly drizzles down into the rest of the hair. It's very different from Shirodhara. Shirodhara focuses on the forehead and the third eye, and this focuses in the middle of the scalp. They end up pouring about half a bowl of oil over the head. Some of it is contained in the cotton pad as well, and some of it flows down in the hair and over the forehead. But they make sure to wipe off any excess oil so that it doesn't go in the eyes or ears. They let the cotton pad rest on the scalp for about 5 minutes, and then they repeat this entire process again, about 6 times. Overall, this therapy ends up taking 1 hour, and they recommend doing about 7 sessions of this, at least when you're staying here for a longer period of time, as it is very, very good in calming stress, reducing anxiety, and also giving you healthier hair. From the one sitting that I did, I definitely felt like my head felt a little bit lighter for sure, and the massage is definitely very stimulating. But let me tell you this, to get this oil out of your hair in a hair wash is extremely difficult. I had like 3 rounds of hair wash and I can still feel the oil in my hair. Shiro Pichu is known to help in conditions like headaches, migraines, even tension to some extent, as it is a very relieving, a very calming treatment. It also helps calm nerves. It improves blood circulation as well, and it is one of the most effective Ayurvedic treatments for reducing stress and nervous tension. And no prizes for guessing, since it has so much of oil used in it, it's also amazing for hair. The next therapy that I'm going for is called a whirlpool bath. Now this is a huge round tub. You can think of it as a deep jacuzzi. It can literally fit the entire body, and they fill it up with water and they turn on the pressure. There are these points on all sides of this tub, and they give out water with different levels of pressure. Now this is kind of like a hydrotherapy. Being in water is known to relax the body, alleviate pain. This is also great for metabolism. It aids in weight loss as well. The reason I'm doing this is because it's been an extremely tiring travel week for me, so this can help soothe my aching muscles. You're supposed to be inside the tub and enjoy the pressure and the water, and since I don't know swimming, I always have a little bit of a fear from being in water, but here I think I overcame that fear and actually enjoyed being in the water because it felt amazing. They let you be in here for about 20 minutes or so, and once that's done, you can change, shower. I think for me, the thing that is different about this place is the fact that they do not use any medicines here. So they actually stick to real, pure naturopathy means, which is healing the body through food, through environment, through routine, and that combined with Ayurvedic therapies is something that helps their guests heal and feel in the best of health. Healing Hills gets its name from one of the mountains situated in the Western Ghats here. The famous hill is called Marudhamalai, which roughly translates to medicinal hill, probably because this dense forest must have several healing herbs, plants and trees. And amidst the forest there is also a famous temple dedicated to Lord Murugan. Since I was here for a shorter amount of time, I couldn't really visit the temple, but I did get to spot the deity's own Vahana, and I saw actually so many peacocks over here during my stay. Would I recommend this place? Yes, I think I would. If you're looking for a place with this kind of an approach to healing, then absolutely yes. I'm going to leave all of the details about them, including their charges, the location, and also a link to their website in the description box below in case you want more information. And actually my experience is not yet over. I have one very sweet gesture which the management here follow for every guest, which is giving them a send-off dinner. So this is our send-off dinner. We have ragi idlis, ragi dosa, there's soup, this is a pumpkin and carrot soup, and we also have a halwa which is made of ragi and figs. And to wash this all down, we have some fennel, carom seed and cumin water. That felt like a true feast. I have to say this is like a fancy dinner, but in the most healthiest sort of form. I think I've enjoyed this meal and the rest of my stay here, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. If you did, then you know what you have to do. Hit that like button, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to my channel for more. And I will see you from another city really soon. Bye.